Hello world. Okay. So I went on a little walk. I think where was I? Where the fuck did I go? I really forgot where I went. Oh yeah, now I remember. Wait a second, where the fuck did I go? I think I went near the river somewhere, near the water. Yeah, that's where I went. Jesus Christ, I almost forgot. Okay. So I went near the water, sat down near the water. I smoked a cigar, relaxed, watching people watching. Not really people watching. I was staring at the water. Now, I'm hearing people. I can hear people in my ear with their little side comics. I heard someone say, "You are a fry." I've been hearing that word for the longest time, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck. That means to be a fry. What the fuck is a fry? You are a fry. I'm hearing you are a fry to that girl. First of all, I'm not really sure what girl anyone's speaking of. Right? I'm not sure what girl anyone's speaking of, and I really don't know what it means to be a fry to anyone. I really don't know. What I do know is I really like these frames right here. I really like them. Just to show you guys, oh yeah, I have a pimple. I have a pimple, so I put a little band-aid on my pimple. So I'm hearing you are a fry to that girl. What the fuck does that mean? What does it mean to be a fry? That's what my question is. Jeez, I really like my frames. My frames make me look very handsome. I'm a very handsome guy. Long hair, isn't this? Long hair don't care. It's the new. You guys don't like the new look? This is the new look. Long hair don't care. I'm hearing you are a fry to that girl. Well, whoever that girl is, I don't know. I know plenty of women, but to the girl that they're referring to, I hope that girl finds peace, whoever she is. I don't know who the fuck the girl is. I don't know what the fuck she wants. People say I'm the pawn fry to that girl. I don't know who the girl is. If anything, let me guess, another bitch who wants my attention, and I don't give a fuck about them. There's only one woman who I love. I think I've expressed that enough. I think I've acted a little crazy over the one woman who I love. I don't really care about anyone else. I've met plenty of women. Not to say that I don't care about people. I care a little bit to a certain extent, but I'm not going crazy over anyone. I'm crazy about one girl. Her name is Ashrita. That's the only woman who I'm crazy about and who I care about. Now, when people say that I'm a pawn fry to that girl, I don't know who. There's a specific girl who I'm in love with, and she was already my girlfriend. When I was with her, I have messages from when we were in a relationship. When I was in a relationship with my ex-girlfriend, the woman who I love, if someone is reading our messages from back in the days, one would say, wow, she comes off like, she was very clingy. She might have seemed like she was obsessed with him. It looks like he was kind of like, I need my space a little bit. You're doing too much. But now, the tables turn, and I guess now I'm the guy who's doing too much. But that's okay, because that's the woman who I love. She's a married woman. She's a married woman, but I care about her. Now, to say that there's another woman in the picture that I don't know what people mean when they say that I'm a fry. I think there's another woman who wants my attention, and she's not my girl. Besides that, I'm not gonna say that I don't have crushes on other women. There are plenty of women who I'm attracted to, women who I'd love to get to know, but I'm nothing to them. There's nothing that exists between us for anyone to say that I'm a pawn fry for them. I don't know. I think there's a bitch who's lying to all of you, and I think that bitch needs to get a life. I'm living mine. Any other questions? Any any other questions? You know what's crazy? How much were these? Like 260. I spent like 260 on these frames right here, and I'm so happy I did that. I'm so happy I did that because I feel like I really needed that, and I really love the way my frames look. Any other questions? So again, to that girl who wants my attention, I hope she finds someone who cares about her the way that I love Ashrita, so that she could label that other lame a pawn fry to her. I'm not a pawn fry to anyone. I think there are a few women who want me. There are a few women who want me, and I guess they're not willing to admit it. They're just playing it off as if I'm this crazy guy, you know. They're trying to find ways to hold on to me, and I guess the way that they're doing that is by making it seem like I'm some cornball in their life. I'm not a cornball to anyone. I'm living my life. You know, I might not be exactly where I want to be. I might not be exactly where I want to be in life, but overall, my life is perfect. My life is perfect, and I'm perfectly fine. Only thing that will make my life better is reconciling my friendship with Ashrita, minus that fake ass restraining order bullshit that should have never happened. I think the reason that restraining order happened is because there was another woman who was jealous of the way that I loved Ashrita and was trying to keep me away from her. And the way that person did that was to try to make it seem as if I was some crazy guy or some whatever. If I'm yelling about something, I know what the fuck I'm yelling about. I'm not crazy. I haven't had any alcohol this year. I haven't had any weed in the past few days, and I feel perfectly fine, perfectly normal. I don't know what the fuck people want. I have 2 college degrees. I don't have any felonies. I'm a US veteran. I'm a digital artist. I'm a struggling entrepreneur. But the money's on the way. The money's on the way. And when the money comes, you know, I won't be on the scene as much. I'll pretty much disappear and I'll lay low. And once the money comes, I can give my girl the life that her husband couldn't give her. Any other question? Any other question? Besides that, to that other lame bitch who's lying to people because I'm the guy she wants to keep, I hope she finds peace. I hope she finds a man who loves her as much as I love Ashrita. Any other questions? Besides that, anything that's wrong with me is none of your fucking concern. Like, people love bringing up, like, diseases and stupid shit, or I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I've never put my hands on any women. This is what's crazy. Let's look at the facts. Let's look at the facts. The facts of life are, there are plenty of guys who beat women up, who put, get into physical altercations and, hit their women. I've never put my hands on any women. I've never done that. So, I don't know who this woman is who wants I'm not really sure what her real issue is, because she never said nothing to my face about it. That's what's funny. To this woman who's making it seem like I'm this crazy guy or there's something wrong with me or I'm so sick, that woman never said nothing to my face. The only woman who took action was the love of my life when she brought me to court in front of the judge. And I was confused. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was looking for you. I thought something was wrong. What do you mean I'm obsessed? Like, who's coming up with this bullshit to make me look bad? That was all an attempt to make me look bad. And it ended up working, because after that, after the restraining order, all of a sudden my girl's everywhere. Her name is everywhere. She's all these celebrities. And this is what I think is funny. What I think is funny is the fact that there are things that I get mad about, that I get jealous about, because she's the woman who I love. And I always question myself, wait a second, if I'm that mad and I'm that furious about what's going on with her, what the fuck does her husband think about that? Her husband who didn't show up to court for her, what role does he play in her life, really? So I don't really know about her relationship with her husband. I don't even know if it's a real relationship. I just know how I feel about that girl. I love that girl. So, but I know that there's another woman or other women who would want a guy like me, in their lives, to show them the attention that I show my ex-girlfriend. I felt like she was my soulmate. Besides other girls, I know that there are a few cornballs who were in my life who are in my life who are trying to get my attention. I think those guys are gay. I think those guys were on the down low, and those guys want my attention, or those guys want to keep my friendship, so they've played into the I'm crazy, or I'm a pawn, or I'm this and that. But look at, I feel like these frames have been fixing things, because it's all about perception. People and their perception of people, and the way people judge people. Now that I have these frames right here, these frames changed my life, because now I think I look more. I think my appearance matches what's really going on in my mind, as far as my intellect, my level of thinking, my IQ. Not that I'm a genius, but I mean, I think like a genius sometimes. So to the people who are making it seem like I'm this crazy guy, or I'm this bum, this is what's funny. This illusion that I'm a junkie, because I slept in a couple homeless shelters when I didn't have any money. Did I have to sleep at a homeless shelter? No. I'm just a very independent person, and I didn't feel like sleeping on a couch that I bought my mother. I bought my mother a couch. Well, the old couches. And I gave her some money for the new couches. Right? The Christmas tree at my mother's apartment, I paid for the Christmas tree. All the tablets and the gadgets, I paid for it. Not my younger brother Claude. He just comes around, he brings his daughter to babysit, and then he tries to act like, and what does he do? He tries to snatch my mother on her birthdays, and then he tries to exclude me so I could look like because you know what my brother's doing? My brother's trying to sell Cain, the idea of Cain, and he's trying to play Abel, whatever. He's a fucking cornball. And his tactics are, to try to make me look bad behind my back, though, not in front of my face. Because when I'm around, I usually take out the GoPro so people could see what's really going on in my family. There's never no issue, nothing, absolutely nothing. No arguments. Well, we've argued. I've actually rocked my brother's jaw in front of my mother one Christmas. It was a Christmas party. I punched him in his face. I was eating. He tried to step up to me, and then he got a little too close. I stood up, and when I stood up, he pushed me back. I reacted, and I rocked his jaw in front of her, and then he left with his baby mama. His baby mama, and his daughter had to go. I stayed upstairs with the adults. We laughed after. Then I got a ride from my older cousin. So as far as people who don't know what the fuck's going on in my life, I am very normal. I'm just dealing with a bunch of fake ass people who were never supposed to be in my life in the first place, trying to be in control of me. When people are trying to fake being in, if you were part of something, and then the person, in their mind, that person still thinks that we're part of the same thing, and they're trying to be in control of my life, so they're trying to control the narrative, trying to sell their version of who I am. And I'm a real person. I know who I am. So yeah. Besides that, I use my own mind. I am very normal. Listen, before I came here, I went to the police station just to check, is there anything wrong with me? As far as like warrants, anything going on out there? No, you're perfectly fine. Blah, blah. Police, very cool. Even here in Canada, I get some type of respect from them, because some of them show that they respect veterans. Even when I'm being kicked out of places, those guys are very polite when it comes to removing me from a facility when people are complaining. Right? So I can't even complain about that. I don't know who this person is who's making up stories behind my back or trying to make it seem as if I'm some other guy. These people are really good at framing people. They're good at dubbing people, or that's so and so. No, and I have to come around like, no, I'm not so and so. Why the fuck are you telling people I'm so and so? My name's Yves. I'm YvesJacquesLouis. That's who the fuck I am. You're making people think that I'm your crazy stupid boyfriend, and I don't even fucking know you. We're not in a relationship. We ain't part of shit. I'm not your boyfriend. The only woman who I love, she's married to another guy. There's no other woman who I care about on that level. Besides that, I have family members, females in my family who I really love and I care about. I value those. I value them. I would do. When I say I would do anything for them, I really would do anything for them. And I'm one of the few people who could really say that I would do anything for them. Right? Life is short. So I'm not trying to waste my time. I'm not trying to waste anyone's time. I'm a very straightforward person. Very straightforward person. I'm notorious. I'm notorious for pulling up on people regardless of where the fuck you're at. If I need to find you or question you about something, and I don't beat around the bush with shit. Besides that, I'm a very non-confrontational guy. I'm very easy to talk to, and I want the best for people. I just hope people could. I hope people could be honest with themselves and stop playing into what you think you know about me. If anything, ask me and I'll answer you. If I don't think that is something you should know, I'll simply tell you, hey, it's none of your business, or I'm not comfortable talking about it, or I'll probably lie. Or I'll probably lie if I feel like I don't need to tell you anything. I'll probably lie about it. But for the most part, I'll be honest. So yeah, that's my spill on life. Any other questions? Any other questions? See, now I look like the old version of myself. Let me put these back on so I could show the more mature version of myself. I'm on my way to the library tomorrow. This is like I'm on my way to the library tomorrow. I might I have some things to do. I have to get my life together. And am I gonna get some reading? I don't know. I'll try to get some reading. Hopefully I won't fall asleep. Other than that, my biggest issues, besides not being with the love of my life, my body is in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Today, I went on a walk, and I tried. Not to say that I didn't think that I was gonna make it home, but I really struggled. But once I found my way home, I was so happy when I got here. Not home, but here at this hostel, or whatever. So, my body's in a lot of pain, and that's my biggest teacher right now. The pain that I feel throughout my body because of all of my injuries, it humbles me. It humbles me, but sometimes, it brings out a different person out of me when people are nagging me, right? When people are nagging me and my body's in pain, that's when the rage comes out, and that's not what I want. Besides that, I'm a very normal person again. I'm easy to talk to. I'm always around if anyone has any questions. So yeah, that's my spill on life. YvesJacquesLouis, surviving through God's grace, all on my own till this day. Have a good night. Today's a new day. Today's Monday. Monday, June 30th, 2025. Have a good day.